Happy Thursday, April the 25th of 2024. I really enjoyed yesterday, even though I couldn't stay still when I was watching the geese walk on the roof floor. I'm still learning how to use this camera, and my mother and I were playing around, and I just wanted to give you the agenda so that everything was peaceful and sound. So my mother is right here, but she doesn't want her face shown. So Mother, could you put your hat down? Would you mind?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay. Mummy.
Yes, dear.
Now, does anybody remember that movie Grey Gardens?
I do.
Oh, Mother, do you want to explain what Grey Gardens is?
Oh, it's just about a mother who's doesn't want to be left with an empty nest. She tries to keep her child back, and this is during a divorce between her and the father, something like that. I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, you've got it right on the nose. So
I'm not sure.
I'm just flipping the camera around, but you know, I really originally wanted to call this channel Lasha Knows Best in honor, and this is the truth, of my Dido and my father, because we all have the exact same nose. And it's something that I used to be ashamed of. And anyways, Mother and I, my mother has never held me back in my life in any way, shape, or form. She's probably, if anybody has ever heard that song by Amy Sky, and it's, what is it called, Mother?
I don't know.
I'm going to look it up, and it's the most beautiful song, and it reminds me of my mother.
I will take care of you.
I will take care of you. That's it.
Yeah.
See? And Sophie is part of our family, and we have some funny stories. And I will say, I want to say thank you to S, who said, say hi to your mumya, because she's heard me say that. And you know, she said she's a fan of my mother's dry wit and humor. Now, I am dressed up for the day, but I didn't do my hair or put on makeup in any way. And sometimes I am afraid to come too close to the camera because of the reflection that I see. But what I have to do is realize that I accept me. And that's why I wanted to call it the rap community. Anyways, oh my gosh. That's not funny, actually.
War of the dogs.
What did you say?
War of the dogs. You know, try that.
That's craziness.
Yeah, I
they
know.
sound like they're fighting.
Yeah, I know.
You know what? What, Mom?
You know it's right.
What?
On that particular thing, one day I came out and there was a great big tall dog looking over at me.
Oh, really? It got up on the roof.
You know, it got it up on their deck.
Oh, on the deck there.
And just put its paws up, and it was this great big dog.
You know what? Yesterday when those geese were walking on the roof, I really, really, really need to learn how to magnify these. I need better equipment. Anyways, Grey Gardens. It was one of the first you know what? I've said this in one of my videos, and I'll get back to the documentary in just a moment. But any women that are going through menopause, which can be from 35 years old to sometimes 55, you can get lock shoulder, because most doctors only prescribe antidepressants for women on during menopause, because your memory does get a little foggy. But hormonal therapy is what works the best. Now, I'm not going to talk about this because the place where I found this information and learned about it was from listening to Diary of a CEO, and the way he does, coordinates his screen like structurally. It's very clear what the topic and the guest is. So if anybody is going through menopause, since I've started taking estrogen, I feel better. I do. I do. I hate putting on makeup and doing my hair, but tomorrow I could come on. Everybody to me looks different every day depending on their emotions. Anyway, so Grey Gardens is a really, really nice. It was one of the first made documentaries, but I'll warn you, the house isn't clean like here. Okay, the mother and the daughter. Here, I'll go to the mirror. The mother and the daughter. This is what Mother and I were talking about in Grey Gardens, and there's this part where the grandmother is wearing a hat like the one that my mother is, and I wanted to surprise her and do Grey Gardens and do something funny, but she wasn't comfortable doing that. But I think this is a story that should be shared, and I'll never understand this in my life. When you watch the movie, you be the judge of what happened. The documentary is actually quite advanced for the 70s, because that's what, I work tomorrow night. Everybody knows that where I work in the kitchen. And, but at any rate, my point was, but there was a remake about the documentary on HBO, and I wonder if I did this. Yeah, so the documentary is on HBO, and it's called Grey Gardens, and it stars Jessica Lange, Drew Barrymore, and they studied how to impersonate Boston accent for a year. And they were related to Jackie Onassis. Edith Beal was Jackie Onassis's cousin, and Edith Beal Jr. Edith Beal Jr. was the cousin, and Edith Sr. was the aunt of Jackie Onassis. And they were living in squalor, even up to the end of their lives. But when you watch little Edith Beal, as eccentric as she was because of her isolation, it's a very interesting love story. And in order for you to really appreciate what I'm speaking of, you would have to go and watch Grey Gardens and come back and discuss it. Just like I was supposed to come back last night and talk about Andrew Tate, but I didn't want to talk about Andrew Tate last night because I'm still researching him, because the story is actually fascinating. And when I went out today, I went to visit Uncle Jerry and Auntie Helen today, and my mother was on the phone with our uncle, and so yeah, it was a busy day. And my husband always used to say to us that if my mother and I did, what did he used to say, Mom? He used to say that if my mother and I ever did a show together, that he would pay money to watch it. So
a reality show.
yeah, everything's
TV.
Reality. And
That
so
happens.
this really nice participant said on the channel, when I do a live, he comes on, and he's so kind. He said, stop worrying so much about your content, and just do you. and same with Saucy and S and yeah, my storage is so full I can't send out a email. So somebody said that comments were erased, but I didn't do that. And then somebody said that somebody could report this channel, and I thought, what on earth are they going to report it for? Like, honestly,
I know.
did I kick my leg too high?
Yeah, well, no, it's
What,
it's rather strange.
It is a very, very, very odd. And it was right after, I'm not joking, it was right after the LCC video that I did. And if anybody hasn't been to the community page, there is some fun stuff on it, because there's 2 channels above it, and I've transferred all of the material, and it's actually tracked my whole life this year, but that's not what I was consciously doing. However, if I have the footage, why not reflect, right? And Mom and I are spending this time together, and so, yeah. Anyways, but I have to work tomorrow night, Trevor, so I'm not doing a live, but I really do want to watch the Royal Mess. I really do. And I'll leave it at that for now. Okay. And I wasn't going to say anything negative. I wanted to reply to a comment, but I need to show the comment before I reply to it. Anyways. Okay, have a great day. Take care of yourselves. I'll do the same. And tomorrow, I'd really love to have a royal trivia game. And I have to phone Ian to order Andrew Gould's book, because I know it's sitting on a little shelf, but I want to put it in a safe little nook, because it would look really pretty on a coffee table too. It would make a nice present for somebody else. Who could that be? You? I don't know. Bye.